Rachel here, and I have got another video for you guys. I know it's been a while since I've filmed anything sort of sit down talky. I know I did that Loot Crate unboxing, but things have just been nuts. I've been sick, so excuse me with the voice, and if I cough and hack. I've been sick for like a week and I just cannot quite shake it. Anyway, I thought today it would be fun to do a cosplay related, video. I just ate lunch. A cosplay related video. So I went on YouTube, I did a quick search to see if there was any sort of like cosplay tags out there, and I found one. So it is comprised of 10 questions, which I've got right here. So I thought it would just be kind of fun to answer these, and you guys could learn, I guess, a little bit about me and cosplay, I guess, sort of. So, question number 1. How did you get into cosplay? Peer pressure? Actually, not really. It was peer pressure I put on myself. I really started going to conventions in about 2013. That's when I started going kind of regularly, and I went to Gen Con in 2013, and I only went for like one day, and it wasn't even the whole day. But I remember seeing cosplayers and appreciating the cosplayers, and you know, asking for pictures and that sort of thing. Mostly Doctor Who, because that was the thing, you know. I was really Doctor Who. Peter Davison was at Gen Con, so I was like totally Doctor Who focused at that particular con. And you know, I really appreciated the creativity of the people that I'd see at these cons. And then I went to Chicago TARDIS later that year and saw even more cosplayers. You know, I was taking pictures with them, and I was not necessarily cosplaying, but I was incorporating like kind of cosplay elements into some of my outfits, like you know, socks or that sort of thing. But it wasn't until I joined the like the Indiana cosplayers Facebook page group, because my brother was part of it, and decided that I wanted to do my first cosplay at a convention. So it was at Midwest Toy Fest in 2014, and I did essentially a closet cosplay of Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony. Friendship is Magic. I got this pink dress that I already owned, and I got this denim vest from Goodwill, and I had my mom applique Pinkie Pie's cutie mark on the back, you know, the balloons on the back, and I got this really cheap wig from the Party Store, which I still own, and I still wear it when I do that particular cosplay, and I really should get a better wig. But I showed up in this outfit. My makeup was just blah. It didn't photograph well, but I had so much fun cosplaying and meeting other cosplayers and being a character, and from then I was just sort of hooked. And it was mostly just because I saw other people doing it, and I wanted to join in the fun, which is kind of how I got into Doctor Who too, but that's a story for another time. So, question number 2, what was your first cosplay? And I guess I just sort of answered that question right there. It was my really bad Pinkie Pie, which since then has turned into hipster Pinkie Pie, and I wear her every now and then, just because I have so many other cosplayers. You know, I try to rotate them. It just depends on the event, and I've gotten better doing makeup, which is good for cosplay. But I still have that crappy wig just because, I don't know, I'm spending my money investing in other wigs for other cosplays, I guess. But I'll get around to getting a better wig for that one eventually. So, number 3, what is your favorite cosplay? Oh my god, that is so hard. That's like picking a favorite child. Not that I have children, but I imagine that that's what it's like, picking a favorite child. Um, I love all of my cosplays for different reasons. Um, you know, obviously, I always try to pick cosplays for characters that I, at the very least, like, if not love. And want to, because I'm really into trying to embody the character. Maybe not full on, but I try to, tap into at least the persona of the character, at least a little bit. But I like them all for different reasons. I mean, I love wearing Jessica Jones, even though she's hot as hell, to wear. It's such a hot cosplay, temperature-wise. But I love being very badass, and edgy, which is something I'm not in real life, so that's a big stretch for me. It's really challenging. I love all of my doctors from Doctor Who just because I love Doctor Who. I've got several ponies from My Little Pony cosplays that I love. I just can't pick just one. I'm sorry. That's really, really hard. And more than likely, my favorite cosplay is whichever one I'm working on next, actually. So question number 4. How many cosplays have you done? Oh my goodness. What am I at? I'm at 3 doctors from Doctor Who, so I've got the 4th, 6th, and 10th doctors. I've got 3 ponies from My Little Pony. I've got Applejack, Pinkie Pie, and my Rainbow Dash Harley Quinn mashup. So that's 6. I've got Jessica Jones. I've got Miss Frizzle. So that's 8. Do I have any more? Carmen Sandiego. That's 9. And then I have one that's 90% finished. It's not quite done yet, but I'll kind of count it. So that's 10. And I think that's it in the 3 years and some change that I've been cosplaying. So that's pretty good, I think, for me, considering, I can't really sew or do anything crafty. Alright, question number 5. 5? Yes. Okay. What are your top 5 on your list of cosplays I want to make? Oh my god. My list of cosplays that I would like to do eventually, constantly growing. Oh my god, watching new TV shows and movies. Such a bad influence if you're a cosplayer, because you're always looking at costumes and being like, how hard would that be to make? So, top 5. Well, my number 1 is easy. My number 1 absolute must do at some point in my life, no matter what, I absolutely must do a Power Ranger, original Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, specifically the Blue Ranger. Blue is my favorite color, and Billy was one of my favorite Rangers. But yeah, since I watched the Power Rangers as a kid, almost 25 years ago. Oh my goodness, that makes me feel old. I have always wanted to be a Power Ranger. I wanted to be a Power Ranger Halloween, and I've never got even just like the crappy plastic kids Halloween costumes. I never got. And now that I'm in the world of cosplay, I'm like, I can be a Power Ranger. So yeah, I definitely absolutely have to do a Power Ranger, and I want it to be as screen accurate as possible. So I know it's going to be expensive. More than likely I'm going to have to commission it, just because I don't know the first thing about sculpting helmets, or that sort of thing. I really don't necessarily want to work with spandex and try to figure that out, how to make a morph suit. So I know it's gonna cost me a small fortune, but that's just it's my dream cosplay, is to be a Power Ranger, and oh my goodness, every time I think about it I get all excited. I'm like, I just have to do a Power Ranger. So that's my number 1. 4 more. I really want to do Daisy Johnson from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., her Quake outfit, preferably the one from this last season, that just aired with the Ghost Rider storyline when she, you know, decided to be Quake again. So I'd really want to do Daisy. So those are like my two big ones that I absolutely have to do. I mean, I've got so many that I'd like to do. I'd like to do maybe a Regina, one of Regina's, like, you know, amazing evil queen outfits from Once Upon a Time, or maybe Snow White, like the outlaw Snow White. That would be fun too. So one of those. Oh my goodness, what else? Those are like ones that I'd absolutely love to do. I mean, there's a whole bunch that I'd like to do, but if I don't get around to them, it's, you know, my dreams won't be shattered, not like my Power Ranger dream. But I mean, if anyone's got suggestions out there for anything they think that I would be good for, or they think would be fun for me. I mean, I love Doctor Who and My Little Pony, obviously, Marvel, Star Wars. Rey, I want to do Rey. Her the outfit that she wears at the end of episode 7, and apparently at least at some point in episode 8, with the gray vest. I would love to do that one too. So that's, I mean, if you count Regina and Snow White as two different ones, I guess that's 5. So, but you know, if you go to my Facebook page, I've got a photo album of cosplays that I'd like to do, and I'm constantly adding pictures to it. It's kind of ridiculous, but such it is as being a cosplayer. So, question number 6: do you prefer to buy or make your costumes? That depends on the costume. Now that I own a sewing machine, I definitely try to make, because I spent the money on the sewing machine, so I'm going to use it. But it just depends on the cosplay. I mean, the more, it depends on the character too. Of the, 10 cosplays I have, 3 of them are sewn. If not, 100%, a good majority of them is sewn elements. And then the rest are all just found, thrifted stuff I already had in my closet, that sort of thing. Things like Jessica Jones. Why would I need to sew a leather jacket when I can just go buy one at a thrift store? And jeans. Why would I make jeans when I can just go buy them at the thrift store? But something like, Miss Frizzle, that dress, it's unique. It was just much easier to make it. Well, easier is relative. You can tell my mom it was a pain in the butt. And I agree with her. It was kind of a pain in the butt. But to get the look that I wanted for Miss Frizzle, I had to make it. So it just depends on the character, really, on whether it's bought. And I have no problem with just buying a whole cosplay. Like I said, once I do my Power Ranger, I'm not going to make that. I'm going to have to commission it, which essentially means that I'm buying it from someone else who's making it for me. Daisy Johnson, I will probably buy it instead of make it. Things like her gauntlets I may make myself, but the outfit itself, I'd probably end up buying that or commissioning it from someone, just because it's beyond my skill set. And if I want to have those cosplays anytime soon, my skill set's not going to advance to that level in time for me to, if I want to wear those, in the next couple of years or so. If I'm not in a hurry, obviously I can wait, build up my skill set. But, if I want to wear a cosplay, in the next year, more than likely, and if it's something I know I can't make, I'm going to have to buy it or commission it, which to me is the same thing. And I don't have a problem with that. If you know you can't make it, buy it, pay someone else to make it for you. You don't feel like you have to make everything yourself if you're not comfortable with it. Alright, question number 7. Number 7. What is your most memorable experience with cosplay? I I think my most memorable is, it's actually two different instances, but it's wearing the same cosplay with me wearing Applejack from My Little Pony. I've worn Applejack a good handful of times, but I wore her, like 2 years ago at Indiana Toy and Comic Expo, and then I wore her again at PopCon last year when Tara Strong was there. Who's the voice of Twilight Sparkle. And both times I encountered a child, little girl in both cases, and they recognized me as Applejack, and both times they talked to me like I was Applejack. And Applejack's fun to wear, you know, because I do get to play with voices in that case. You know, they'd be like, Applejack, and I'd be like, hi darling, how you doing? You know, I just you know, I came from Sweet Apple Acres just to, you know, come here and hang out with all y'all, you know, and just talking to them as Applejack, about my fellow friends, my fellow pony friends. You know, they asked me about Equestria and that sort of thing, and it was so adorable to be talking to these little girls in character. It's a very, I know it gives you an idea of what it's like to work at Disney, where, you know, you get to be the princess, you know, you Snow White or Sleeping Beauty, and you get to talk to these kids, you know, as that character. And for a moment, you know, that little kid, you make this connection, not as yourself, but as this character that they obviously recognize and enjoy. And both times it was so fun to have that experience. And that's one of the things that makes me want to keep cosplaying, is seeing little kids get so excited to see someone as their favorite character. It totally makes all the pain and broken sewing needles and late nights, you know, hunch over the sewing machine or craft table, whatever, so worth it. Question number 8. Do you prefer cosplaying in a group or on your own? Well, I've never cosplayed in a group, so I have no idea what that's like. I've only ever cosplayed as myself. So I guess if I had a group of people that wanted me to join them, you know, I would certainly give it a shot. But a lot of my friends at cosplay were all into different fandoms, so until someone comes along that's like, hey, I want to do a group of whatever, I guess I'll keep cosplaying on my own. I mean, every now and then I run into someone at a con who's cosplaying from the same fandom as me, but we're not a organized group that's made an active decision to cosplay characters that all have some sort of theme, you know, whether they're all from the same fandom or it's the same style as something. So honestly, I have no idea what it's like to cosplay with a group. Question number 9. Is there a pattern in your cosplays? If so, what? No. My cosplays are random. They're absolutely random. I mean, other than they're all just, you know, fandoms or have connections to fandoms that I enjoy, not really. I mean, I've got cartoons, I've got live action, I've got heroes. I mean, for the most part, I guess they're all heroes, or heroes-ish. I mean, my Harley Dash, she's obviously, Rainbow Dash is a hero. Harley Quinn, not so much. But yeah, no, there's not really a pattern. I will say with my cosplays, it's not necessarily a pattern, but things that I look for in a cosplay, because like I said, I get inspired to, you know, by costumes in movies and TVs, and I'm like, oh, that'd be so much fun to cosplay. But when it comes down to it, the ones that I actually do, I have kind of 2 to 3 rules that I try to follow with my cosplays. One, I have to be able to wear comfortable shoes, preferably. I've got foot issues, and as you know, as awesome as, you know, some outfits look with super high heels or crazy shoes, I can't. I need to be able to wear at least some sort of sensible shoe, preferably, just because I'm not willing to be in pain for the sake of a cosplay. And two, I need to be able to go to the bathroom unassisted. There are some amazing outfits out there, but you know, I've been to conventions and I see people in the bathroom that they have to have at least one other person help them get out of things, just so they can go to the bathroom or eat lunch. And I tend to go to conventions alone, so I need to be able to go to the bathroom by myself. And three, preferably it has to have pockets. Either it has to have pockets or I need to be able to carry a bag easily. So those are sort of my three rules. So I guess that's kind of the pattern to my cosplays. But other than that, it's just, you know, it's whatever trips my trigger, I guess. And number 10, what is your most recent cosplay that's finished? That would be Miss Frizzle. I finished Miss Frizzle right before Gen Con. I worked on her in between PopCon and Gen Con. And wore her to Gen Con, and oh my goodness, I had so much fun wearing Miss Frizzle. Childhood nostalgia, it runs deep, hence my love for the Power Rangers, even almost 25 years later. And I had so many people either say something or ask for a picture. I've never felt so popular in my entire life. And it was so much fun wearing her and hearing people's reactions. They're like, oh my god, Miss Frizzle, I love the Magic School Bus. And I mean, people were they were so excited to see Miss Frizzle. And she was so much fun to wear. And I'm all like, at this point, I'm like, okay, when can I wear her again? Just because it was so much fun. So yeah, Miss Frizzle's my most recent completed cosplay. I have a couple that are finished. Like I said, I've got one that's like 90% done, and then I have one that I've started to do the preliminary, like, fabric research and stuff, construction research, and hopefully we'll get that one started later this year. Probably that may be one that doesn't really get started till Christmas, when I go to Christmas break to my in-laws, and that'll be something my mother-in-law and I can work on over the Christmas holidays, just like we have the last couple of Christmases. So that is all 10 questions. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I see a lot of editing in my future. But if you guys want to see pictures of either cosplays I've finished or my dream list album, link to my Facebook page is always in the description, or just go to Facebook and look for Styles and Smarts. And of course, you know, if you enjoyed this video, please thumbs it up. If you're not a subscriber already, please hit that subscribe button. It always makes my heart fill with joy whenever I see the notification that I've got a new subscriber. So make sure you, if you'd like, follow me on all the other social medias. Those are always linked below as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Bye.